The most exciting part of releasing new products is telling the whole world about them. But if you're like most marketers, you probably skipped through all of the important elements that we talked about in the first two videos in this series. And if you've skipped those videos, go back and watch them, because launching products that people will actually remember is hard work and requires you to gain alignment with your internal teams and ensure you've adequately discovered the needs of your customers and created all of the assets you need to launch your products. Now, to review, the 4 phases in our framework for launching a product like a pro are discover, create, publish, and review. And in the last video, we discussed discover, which is the process of listening to your customers and matching their needs to your business needs. And we also covered create, where you'll create all of the assets needed to launch. So let's move on to the third phase of publish. Now, the publish phase of the product launch is when you actually tell the whole world about this new product. It's the actual act of unveiling to the world what you've been up to the last few months or sometimes years. But it's not as simple as lifting a curtain at SEMA and you're done. Like we talked about in the first video, automotive aftermarket brands are releasing new products all of the time. Hundreds, thousands every year. Your competitors are releasing products. Your non-competitors in the industry are releasing products. There's a lot of noise going on all of the time, all over the world. So launching a product is not a one and done announcement. You need to stand out in the noise of the market. And a product launch is a meticulously crafted communication strategy where the right message is sent to the right people at the right time. So let's discuss the rollout plan, or as I like to call it, the run of show. And the run of show is the item by item sequence of actions that happens during an event. The term run of show is typically used in live production industries like concerts and in other live events. And the run of show in live events is designed to give the behind the scenes players, the production crew, a description of what to do and when to do it, and it ensures a synchronized, enjoyable experience that wows the audience. And that's exactly what we want to do when launching a new product. We want a run of show. And the first action in your product launch run of show should be your announcement to business partners. Now, who are your business partners? Well, there's 2 categories of business partners: internal and external. Internal business partners are the people who work at your company. You need to communicate to your company, your business, your organization that you're bringing a new product to market. Nothing is more embarrassing than a customer service rep getting a call from a customer who's asking about a product that the rep has no idea even exists. You need to let your internal business partners know about your new products. In some cases, this may also mean training. Your salespeople need to know how to sell it. Your customer service people need to know how to troubleshoot it. Your shipping people need to know how to ship it. Don't forget about the internal announcement with your internal business partners. Next would be your external business partners. And your external business partners are those who have a vested interest in your brand. I consider traditional wholesale distributors to be an external business partner because they have a vested interest in your brand. For example, you may sell products onesie-twosie on your website, but your wholesale distributors buy skids, pallets full of products, sometimes millions of dollars of orders. And those orders are investments in your brand, and they want to, and they deserve to see a return on their investment. And someone who is heavily invested in your brand needs to know first about your new products. Now, I know the term wholesale distributor is very loose, a loose term these days. Some wholesalers also sell direct to consumer. They are not a wholesale distributor. A wholesale distributor sells to other businesses, which is what the term wholesale and distributor implies. So use your discretion on how soon to cut your wholesale distributors or other external business partners into the news about your new product. You want to give your wholesale partners an advantage, but not arm them with a bazooka for the retail knife fight. Now, if you want to ensure consistent message timing, you could consider an embargo agreement between your resellers and even your media partners to ensure your brand gets to speak first about new product releases. So now that you've let your business partners know, it's time to let your media partners know about the new products. Media publications can do wonders with helping you reach your customers with new releases. Media companies live on a content treadmill, constantly having to turn out new content every day. So don't be afraid to help them do their job by sending them a press release with some photos and video. You never know how slow of a news day it may be. Now, if you're planning on a big product release day, make sure your media partners have advance notice. so they have time to get it into their daily newsletters or into their digital publications. Otherwise, your news will be, a day or two late. Also consider the type of media partners you're working with. There are trade publications, which are meant for the trade, the industry. These could be publications like the Shop magazine or Aftermarket News or even SEMA News. These publications will reach people in the trade, which means dealers, jobbers, installers, distributors, other manufacturers like yourself. The audience you're trying to hit here is the trade, people who will support your brand and resell your products. They aren't consumers. So consider your message for this audience. Then there are also consumer publications, and these there seem to be fewer and fewer, but will vary depending on your particular niche. And the audience you're reaching with consumer publications are the consumers, the last step in the buying chain, and actually the people who install the product on their vehicle. So make sure your message is designed for them. Making sure you have the right message for the right audience will also be important for the rest of your run of show. Do you group your dealers and consumers into one email blast? Consider segmenting your list so you can get the right message that each of those audiences care about. Dealers care about reselling your products so that they can make more money. Consumers care about achieving their aspirational identity. So make sure your message meets them where they are. And the same is true for your website. In most cases, your website should focus on your consumer audience. So make sure your message on your website is crafted for them. Now, I could go on and on about the things you could place in your run of show, but instead I want to offer you a free run of show template that you can download and use with your brand. This template alone has over 70 ideas for helping you launch your product so that your customers will listen. It's also a great tool that can be used to help you schedule tasks and assign champions to those who will help you execute your launch. And you can download this template for free by using the form below this video. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, click the link in the description to get access to this template. Now, the fourth and final phase of launching a product like a pro is the review phase. This again is a phase many people forget about, including myself sometimes, but the purpose of the review phase is to conduct an after-action review. Now, if you're one of my friends who've served in the US military, you know what I'm talking about, the after-action review, or the AAR. And the goal of the AAR is continual improvement and building a culture of accountability. And after you've launched a product, you want to establish what went well, what didn't. You want to sort out the good from the bad so that you can improve future launches. Now, you can make these brief or you can make these very detailed. For example, if you want to make it brief, gather your team together for a quick stand-up meeting. This will keep it short, nobody likes standing. And just do a kiss. Not that kind of kiss, and not the keep it simple, stupid kind of kiss either. Keep, improve, start, stop. What from this launch do you need to keep doing in future launches? What could be improved? What could you start doing in future launches that you didn't do this time? And finally, what are you doing that you just need to stop doing? You could also complete a very detailed AAR by pulling out your run of show and analyzing line by line what you intended to do versus what you actually did, and the results you intended to get versus the results you actually achieved. And the champion for each action in your run of show would then be responsible and accountable for their actions and ensuring their improvement in the future. Now, if you want a template to help you conduct an AAR, an after-action review, we'll include one with the Run a Show template you can download by filling out the form below. Let's admit it, not every launch will go perfectly. When I was a brand manager, I can think of a few times I was called into my boss's office or pulled into the boardroom to discuss areas for improvement in our launch. And you know what? Those meetings were great because we didn't make the same mistakes twice, and we got better with each and every release, and before long, we were popping out products left and right. Everyone knew what they were doing, and the sales were flowing in. So if you want to launch a product like a pro, just remember these phases: discover, create, publish, and review. And keep getting better each time. Having a plan and a framework like this will reduce stress and confusion for you and your team. And you know what? The world will listen when you announce new products, which means more revenue for your business and the reward and recognition you deserve in your role. My name is Ryan Fire. I'm the Managing Director of Fire Marketing. We help fuel automotive aftermarket brands with performance advertising and profit-inducing websites. In my experience, most brands waste money on marketing that doesn't work. You might as well bury that ad money in the dirt. If you're ready to take your brand to the next level and start fueling growth for your business, schedule an introductory call with us and we'll show you a path for growth that will work for you. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video series. Have a great day.